covering the Villages for you. Here's Jill Winters and the VNN Lifestyle News Team.
Villages athletes are ready to shine on a national stage, while other residents are lifting their way to national medals too. This community is home to some impressive senior athletes who are heading to Pittsburgh for the 19th edition of the National Senior Games. The competition will get underway Friday, and the Villages will be well represented in various sports. 86-year-old Tiny Cazell was previously insistent that she would retire from the track after the 2021 Games in Fort Lauderdale. But she is making her 11th Nationals appearance, and her eyes are on a world record. She says there's just something inside of her as she can't quit. She is still having a good time. Village Rio Ranchero resident Dale Charette is set to swim in his second National Senior Games, and his wife Gail will compete in the 5K and 10K road races. Dale says they will do the Senior Games as long as their bodies will let them. Village of Belvedere resident Avis Bott says this event keeps her juices going. She'll be juggling between track and volleyball venues again this year. For this year's National Senior Games, officials received 341 entries from 165 villagers, with another 24 from Lady Lake, Oxford, and Summerfield. National Senior Games Communications Director Del Moon says this is an extraordinary number from one place. For even more about National Senior Games, take a look at the front page of Thursday's Daily Sun. Living near Red Fish Run Executive Golf Course, Carol Helfer finds golf balls in her yard all the time. She decided to take those golf balls and turn them into a charitable effort. She takes the balls, washes them, and offers the balls for free back to golfers. But in return, she asks for small donations for Operation Shoebox. Her neighbors even call her the Golf Ball Lady. She estimates that since she started doing this in 2015, she has cleaned more than 45,000 golf balls. In return, that has turned into $26,000 in donations to Operation Shoebox, which sends items like snacks and toiletries in care packages to troops deployed overseas. Carol enjoys collecting the golf balls and giving them away, as she doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. For even more about this giving story, look inside Thursday's Daily Sun. After this short break, villagers show off their strength, so stay with us.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible, so call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Rocking, dancing,
Shake your body, baby, do that conga.
relaxing, or romancing. Thank you for listening to Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The best mix of music, the songs you love. Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
Staying fit and healthy is a focus for so many. Here in the Villages, there is a group of powerlifting residents who continue to gain the attention of others.
I was training on my own here. Actually, I was in one of these racks. These racks used to face the other way. And they turn them around and I see people my age doing powerlifting. And that's not normal. So I began talking with them and they told me how they have a group that works out together, which is a great incentive. You're not going to stay home and skip if everybody else is going. So I began working out with them. The core group has stuck together, and we are looking for more people. Powerlifting is bench press, squat, and deadlift, which we're going to work on deadlift today. You can do all three. You can do one of them or two of them. We compete around the state, around the nation. Some go around the world. We are getting a name across the state and across the country as being a place that has to be reckoned with. It helps you with balance, getting up out of a chair, returning your vital signs to normal. It is good cardio. It helps in all aspects to defer aging. There's a saying that you don't quit training when you get old, but you get old when you quit training. It has helped me. It's added about 60 yards to my drive on golf. It is just general good overall exercise. We spot each other, we tell each other what we're doing wrong. They give incentive, they give corrections. It helps make you a better lifter. We would like other people to join us. They won't be starting at heavy weights. A lot of people complain, well, my knee, my shoulder. No, you won't get hurt if you do it right. And you will be starting with doing it the proper way, with light weights, and then build up.
At December's Florida Senior Games, villagers won 23 total medals in the powerlifting competition. 3 of those medals were gold and won by Michael. These residents hope powerlifting will eventually be part of the National Senior Games because it would give lifters a higher level of exposure. The weightlifting community definitely knows about the villages thanks to Mike Dollard and others. Mike, John LaFlamme, and Ken Bennett had a successful trip to the Powerlifting America's National Championships in Arizona. Mike won his first gold medal on a national stage in the Masters division. The 74-year-old competed in the 231-pound weight class in the Masters 4 age class, that's 70 and up. He squatted 231.5 pounds, bench pressed 209.4 pounds, and deadlifted 385.8 pounds. Ken of the Village of Charlotte was in the Masters 3 age class for those 60 to 69 and 231 pounds. The 63-year-old squatted 402.3 pounds, benched 314.1 pounds, and deadlifted 496 pounds, earning a silver medal. Over the course of his 9 lifts, he set 5 Florida state records. John of the Village of Citrus Grove earned a gold medal in the 183-pound Masters 4 category. He squatted 419.9 pounds, benched 232.6 pounds, and deadlifted 508.1 pounds. Each lifter was given just 1 minute for each lift after months of training, which equated to just 9 minutes on stage. Village of Hawkins resident Renee Ferguson thought it was crazy when her CrossFit coach suggested she try Olympic weightlifting in the national and international competitions because she was just 5'3" and in her 60s. But then she did her first competition and was hooked. The now 65-year-old is a champion weightlifter. Just last month, she won gold at the Pan American Masters Championships in Orlando. In the women's 65 to 69 age group and 108 pounds, she set 5 records in her 2 types of lifts. In snatch, she lifted 68.3 pounds. In the clean and jerk, she lifted 88.2 pounds. Renee says that was one of her best competitions ever. After winning gold at the Pan American Games and the National Masters Championship, she now has her eyes set on the World Masters Championship in Poland in August and the Howard Cohen Classic in Nashville in November. To do that, she lifts 3 days per week and dances 4 days per week to help her with her cardio and endurance. When she started CrossFit about 12 years ago, she couldn't even move a 35-pound bar off the rack. Now her maximum deadlift is 175 pounds. She says if somebody would have told her that she could do that as an over 40-year-old person, she would have been like, no way. But now she is setting records.
Here's your VNN 5-day weather.
From the WVLG Weather Center, this is Christopher James with your VNN 5-day forecast. Highs this weekend in the low to mid-90s, overnight lows in the mid-70s. Chance of rain every day this weekend, about 50 or 60%. Friday's high going to be 90, Saturday 90 degrees.
Bobby Jones has achieved perfection in bowling 5 times in his life, but when it comes to competing in 9-pin no-tap, he has reached that mark 154 times and counting. The Village of Bonita resident has been bowling since he was 10, and now the 78-year-old can be found bowling in the Villages on a regular basis. He says every time he bowls a perfect no-tap game, it feels good. He says once he gets to the 10th frame with all the strikes, everyone starts crowding around him and rooting for him. He contributes his consistency to practice. During the summer, he bowls leagues on Monday and twice on Fridays. When Bobby recently rolled his 150th no-tap perfect game, Jerry Katz gave him a special bowling pin to commemorate the milestone. Learn more about Bobby's passion for bowling and his success on the lanes in the sports section of Thursday's Daily Sun. Up next, we have details about an upcoming art event. We'll be right back.
Is diabetes ruining your life? Diabetes Relief Care, located in Majuvia Life Centers on 441 in Lady Lake, can help you get back to your active lifestyle. With our diabetes treatment, insulin is administered as a hormone rather than a drug. Majuvia will co-manage your individualized care plan with your doctor for treatment, testing, and clinical results. Call for a private consultation and see how our diabetes treatment can help you. And yes, we accept Medicare. Visit drcvillages.com or call 352-644-9512.
The Villages Theater Company's summer drama is coming your way. Afterplay is a comedic drama directed by Steve Rubin. It's about the Shredmans and the Gutmans who hadn't seen each other in years, and then they go to a theater together in New York. After the show, they meet at a restaurant and the cast play their roles sitting around a table. Steve says the play is about life, the ups and downs, and how we have to live in the present and value what's around us. A lot of the dialogue is one-liners, which Steve says can be tricky to memorize and not easy at their age. Afterplay will be performed at 2:30 p.m. July 21st and 7 p.m. July 22nd and 23rd at Mulberry Grove Recreation. Tickets are $15 for Villages residents and their guests with proper ID. Available by visiting thevillagestheatercompany.com. An art group in this community is ready for a show. The Villages Art League is hosting its Summer Art Festival on Saturday. It's going to feature more than 80 resident artists and artisans. This league has exhibits and festivals throughout the year to display the unique work of its members. At this festival, you will see a combination of 2- and 3-dimensional art. It's a free festival that is open to the public from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday at Lake Miona Recreation, so come on out and show support for local artists. We'll be back with more news from Florida's friendliest hometown.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
If you have a hearing loss but won't wear a hearing aid, we have exciting news for you.
It's the Lyric Invisible Hearing System. It's placed deep into your ear canal, it's completely undetectable, and the insertion process takes only minutes with no surgery, medication, or pain involved.
You wear 24 hours a day, there's no maintenance and no batteries to change.
You can sleep, shower, and exercise with it.
In practically the time it's taken us to tell you about this hearing device, we just fit this patient.
Call right now and find out if Lyric is right for you.
Central Florida, the only name you need to know for a great used car is Jenkins. We take in trades from all over the state, so we can offer you access to over 1,500 quality pre-owned cars and trucks at every Jenkins location. Every one is fully inspected and reconditioned to our highest standards. Plus, we've got finance plans for everyone. Looking to sell? You'll get more at Jenkins. Get paid on the spot, even if you buy somewhere else. So if you're buying or selling a pre-owned vehicle, the only name to know is the Jenkins Auto Group.
This is VNN.
Week 4 of Camp Villages concluded with a fun lesson on math and science. A science show at Colony Cottage Recreation featured Brenda Scazelis as Professor Sco. Kids between the ages of 8 and 13, like Brianna German, learned all about science and math in a hands-on, interactive way. Brianna was invited on stage to try and blow up a balloon inside of a bottle. Professor Sko explained because air is already taking up space inside that bottle, the balloon can't expand. Brianna said she attended the science show last year and was excited to be part of the show this year. Her grandfather, Tom, of the village of Duval, says seeing her light up and the expression on her face was great. Brianna's favorite experiment was watching the Sko 5000, an air cannon which blew smoke into the crowd. The interactive show focused on air. Participants did experiments like blowing a ball of paper into a jar, vacuum sealing items inside bags, and more. Kids, their grandparents, and their parents giggled, oohed, and awed. Camp Village's fun continues through August 4th. To see the entire schedule of activities and to register your visiting grandchildren, just visit campvillages.com. Participants at the Buffalo Stampeders softball summer camp worked hard and played hard. This 3-day camp included various drills and exercises as it was broken down into 2 sessions, one for kindergartners through 4th graders and the other for those in 5th through 8th grade. Stampeders Director of Softball and head VHS coach Whitney Cosgrave loves seeing the campers commit because she knows that they will when they get to the high school level too. She says starting them out early is great because all of their mechanics will be on point and then she can go straight into strategy instead of correcting poor forms. Village's high school softball players were at the camp teaching the kids. Rising senior Grayson Poley likes the feeling of being a role model and seeing some of the shy girls break out of their shell. The Village's SC has an important home stretch coming up. Last time they played at the H.G. Morris Range at the Village's high school, they earned a dominant win 6-1 over Brevard SC. They are looking for some of that same hometown magic starting at 7 p.m. Saturday against Nona FC. Last time these two teams met, it ended in a 0-0 draw. After Saturday's game, the Village's SC will host Swan City on Wednesday. They just beat them 1-0 last week. And the 3rd straight home match will be July 15th against Tampa Bay. It's time now for a brief commercial break. We'll be right back.
The number one complaint that I hear from most of my patients, and remember, some of these patients are here against their will, right? Somebody sent them here. They came in kicking and screaming with their arms crossed. And even those folks will tell me their biggest issue that they think they have or that they even will acknowledge is understanding people in social settings. You can have a very subtle high-frequency loss and very good normal low-frequency hearing, and you get into a crowd with noise, you're lost, right? You hear people, but you don't understand them. All you have to do by law to fit somebody with a hearing aid is have them push a button to tones, have them repeat words in a quiet situation, and do bone conduction, where they put a bone oscillator on your head, right? That's all it takes legally. But if somebody tells me, hey, doc, I can't hear well in noise, or I'm lost in crowds, don't I want that information? Don't I want to assess that? So speech and noise testing is my favorite test that I run with patients because it quantifies their acknowledgement of a complaint that they know they have. It lets me show them, compared to normal hearing individuals, this is your handicap in noise.
Broadcasting and streaming live from Lake Sumter Landing in a small building with big windows near the water. AM 640, 102.7 and 104.5 FM. Your soundtrack to the Villages. WVLG Wildwood.
A popular restaurant has reopened with a new look. Chick-fil-A in the Villages has made changes inside and outside the Rolling Acres Plaza location to better serve guests in a faster way. The playground area was removed to provide more seating, the kitchen was expanded, and a second drive-through lane was added. Owner Brian Mapp says staff are happy with the changes that will allow this location to accommodate more people, making it incredibly efficient. With the second drive-through lane, they hope to be able to serve about 150 customers during lunchtime. About 70 new team members were brought on to start working on the day of grand opening, along with original staff members. Brian looks forward to connecting with customers again who are like their family, and they are ready to have them back. Chick-fil-A in the Villages officially reopened on Wednesday. Live musical entertainment, of course, is available here every day of the year. These are the bands ready to perform for you on Friday. That's all the news we have for you now. Pick up a copy of Friday's Daily Sun to read about Parks and Recreation Month. Make sure to get out there and enjoy the Villages lifestyle.
Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show. This hurricane preparedness tip from VNN and WVLG is brought to you by The Villages Insurance.
Hi, this is WVLG staff forecaster Christopher James. What happens after a hurricane? Continue listening to WVLG for the latest updates. Let your family know you're safe. Avoid drinking or preparing food with tap water until you are sure it's not contaminated. Check refrigerated food for spoilage. Remember, if in doubt, throw it out. Wear protective clothing and be careful when cleaning up to avoid injury. Check on your neighbors as soon as possible. Use the phone only for emergency calls. Watch animals closely and keep them under your direct control. If your community has experienced a hurricane or any disaster, register on the American Red Cross Safe and Well website, www.redcross.org/safe-and-well. Keep listening for more information, including supplies, pet tips, and detailed information to keep on hand during hurricane season, presented by The Villages Insurance. And thanks for listening to Your Villages Soundtrack, WVLG.